It's just gone 9 minutes after 2 o'clock. I forget that I have this ailment where I can't count after a certain time in the afternoon. Chills is always on my case like it's 9 minutes after 2 p.m. It is the element where everything's rocking, real and relevant, and all for the love of hip-hop. And I did say before we went to news that Crossword was here. He's here and right in front of me. Hello.
Molweni khaya ninjani?
What was that show? Was it like a Jam Eli or what was that show that Nomsa Nene was on? That's how that greeting was. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm a bit disappointed that you're not wearing your skipper. Let's get it out of the way.
I wanted to, man. It's just like I had already ironed this t-shirt. And I looked at the time, I was like, if I have to iron that t-shirt, I might be delayed.
I regular with saying people of the element. Personally, as a person, me, I knew last week that I was wearing this skipper today. Because I knew last week that you were coming today. Why would I need to keep her today?
My wife knows I've got this problem that I take quite long to make some decisions sometimes. Like, what am I gonna wear? I'll think about it. Then it's time to leave. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll wear that.
A mess. So you must be a nightmare in the studio if you take so long to make decisions.
Actually, I go in the studio well prepared. Like,
really?
I always write before going into the studio.
Right.
Well, not always. There's times I write there, but I prefer writing before.
Okay.
I like my sessions very quick. I don't want to be there the whole day. Stuff to do.
Wow. All right, Mr. I've got stuff to do. Tell us about how the overnight success story came to exist.
Yeah. I did an album in 2015 called what was it called again? Memos of a Caster. Yeah, so I did that album called Memo of a Caster. I did it for like Kimberly, right? And then I knew that my next project had to be an album that is really personal. Like I had to do something for me, so I actually announced on my pages that in 2016 that I'll do an album called The Overnight Success Story. But I had tried making the album since then, but I never felt I had the right songs. I never felt I had the right content, and I never felt comfortable enough to tap into certain topics at the time. So how it came about is I even went left. I formed a group called Sons of the 80s. We did a whole album in the works, and at the same time I remember I had to do this album, and then eventually I had to push myself. Nolene had to push me as well because she's always been on my case about this album, and I told her, I don't want to do the rap thing no more. It's like, no.
Why?
The world needs to hear your voice.
Why did you feel that way? I find that a lot of really incredible lyricists, especially, and storytellers get to that point in their career where they're like, I don't want to do this rap-ish no more. What was it for you? Why did you feel that way?
Thank you, first of all, for the compliment. I think I got to a point where I was like, I didn't really feel that I have a space or even like an audience, right? So I had to get to a point where I decided, okay, cool. Even if I don't have an audience, let me do it for me.
Right.
And whoever else hears and relates to it, that's great. So it took a while for me to get to that point. At first, when you're younger, you're like, you want to be the guy, you want to be, the star all the time. So it took me a while to get to a point where I was like, I don't actually have to be followed by 1 million people to drop a dope album. I can just do it with my 1,000 followers and have 10 of them listen to the album, and it's dope, So, but it took a while to accept that I'm in a different space because I took time off the music.
Yes.
To start a business, and that also affected my confidence in me as an artist.
Right.
So being in the background, pushing other artists. She's like, man, I could have did this for myself.
Why did you make that decision? I mean, you started, really being serious and intentional about the music in 2006, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And then it was literally 10 years later. And 10 years is generally the time that they say it takes to create an overnight success, which is very ironic.
Yeah.
And that's the time where you decided, okay, I'm actually going to put this on pause, and you went about the business side of things.
Yeah.
Why then?
There were two reasons, really. Actually, the funny story is that one of the major reasons was that I knew that I needed to learn the other side of the game in order to progress as crossword, right?
Right.
So I said, okay, cool, let me go and learn it, but in order to learn it I have to remove the artist hat and put on the other hat, right?
Right.
So, and I think I got so deep into that I neglected the, crossword.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was the one reason why I had to learn the game so that I can maneuver for myself.
Yeah.
And then the other reason was that, look, how old was I? I was like 25, 26, I think.
26-ish, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, look, I really want to do something or build a business that will grow, one. And I want to get married one day. I want to have kids. I want to do that. And I needed something that I know that even if things don't pan out the way I want them to, I've got something that is solid that, will make sure that the lights are on, what I mean? So I had to take that decision to build a business because I really wanted to also be the husband and the father that provides, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because, at the time, all I did was just music. I was just like rapping,
You were that dreamer just working on the dream.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But then I realized that there's more to it. I had to just learn the other side. And that was the funny thing is like I learned it.
Yeah.
And then I got so comfortable in that space, even you were surprised that when I sent you my stuff.
Yo. Yeah, our story is an interesting one.
There's so many people in the industry who still don't know that I rap.
Yes.
But they know me as Tsepo from Anati Africa.
And I think it's what I was saying to you is that you've done such a good job at separating the two,
Yeah.
which is not always the case.
Yeah.
Which is when I was surprised. I was like, yo, this is what's happening. You're like, no, that was me that you were talking to. I was like, wait, what do you mean? And then we had to have a whole conversation about it. But during the time where you took time off from being Crossword the artist and you were building your agency, how did you keep Crossword the artist alive and fulfilled during that time? Because you couldn't just walk away completely since you had this plan.
Yeah. What I can tell you is that I had to, first of all, like writing music is like a spiritual thing, and what I believe, So what I kept doing in that space is I kept writing not necessarily songs, but parts of songs.
Okay.
There's like parts on the album that I might have written three years ago, like 2 lines that I felt these need to go somewhere in some song. So I think that's one thing I did is just whenever those moments came of inspiration, I'd write those things down and just keep them, for the right time and the right song. So I think that's what I did to nurture Crossword still. But all in all, I really detached from Crossword. I completely just detached from it. There was even a time where I wanted to even remove my social media pages of Crossword,
Oh, dramatic batong. Why?
I just got to the point where I was like, maybe it's maybe I don't have another album in me, maybe I don't have another song in me, It's those, it's like artists with very, very weird creatures.
The word you're looking for is sensitive.
Yeah, very sensitive.
The other word you're looking for is emotional. The other word is extremist.
True.
That's quite extreme.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that is not actually what ended up happening. So it's just gone 17 minutes after 2 o'clock. Gonna play a crossword with Don't Worry, and then we're gonna come back and talk a whole lot more about Crossword, his journey, as well as the overnight success story. And then just before 3 o'clock, I've got 2 really, really dope things that are going to happen. One is that Cross is going to step into the chamber and drop us a little something. The other thing, he doesn't even know that it's going to happen, but it's going to be dope. It is The Element on the Rocking Real and Relevant Massive Metro. Good afternoon. All right, it's just gone 22 minutes after 2. Yes, got it right. That means it's 8 minutes before we hit 2:30, before Xoli Lendovela comes through with a quick news update on our 2:30 news headlines. I'm kicking it with Crossword. We're talking all things the overnight success story, his journey, and many other things. And like fun things are coming up and I can't wait. But yeah, we must do the right things first before we get into it. All right, so speak to me about now the actual processes and the nitty-gritties of getting the album together. Production, inspirations, all of it.
So I called Nyams and I said, I need beats, and he sent me like 1,000 a lot of beats.
Right.
Sent me a beat pack, and in there I found the beat for Sing Along.
Yes.
And the beat for I Don't.
Yes.
Those are the first 2 songs I did. So I went in and did those songs, and I put them out. I put I Don't out, and I saw the reception.
Yes.
And then I knew, okay, cool,
I got something.
I think it's time. Let's do a full thing.
Right.
And then from there, I was just I got beats from a dude in Egypt, Anwar.
Oh wow.
And then Tapelo Mashiane was engineering the album.
Tops.
And then I found out he makes beats as well.
Yes.
So that's how it really happened. It was like just an organic thing where I didn't really go looking for the music. It really just came to me. And fortunately, I had some ideas down already. Mm-hmm. When I say ideas, I have like hooks. I record voice notes.
Okay.
I record as like hooks. So I had those ideas, and then when I found the right beats, and then I'd start from there and then build the song from the chorus. And then usually like when I have like the first bar for the verse, I'll have like the verse down, and I can like have a full song in an hour done.
What?
It's just when those moments of inspiration come, they really come.
Yeah.
If they don't, I'll sit with those 2 lines for months. But usually like when they hit me, I can like have. I wrote I Don't in such a short amount of time. Like it was so quick. Yeah, and we did it, and even the recording was very quick.
Really?
I didn't take too long to record.
So you speak about when those moments of inspiration come, you just run with them.
The voices.
What happens? Where does that inspiration come from? Like generally, what happens? Are you walking down the street?
I say it's voice. I call it voices because it's like literally in my own voice. It was in my mind, and it's like it's weird, man. Like when I tell the story, it sounds people think I'm crazy.
Tell me, anyway.
But it's like I'm hearing things in my mind, and it's like not full sentences, but it's like parts of sentences, and then like I have to sit down and process that. It's like a real crazy process,
But I think it makes sense because just now you were saying that for you music is very spiritual.
Yeah.
And that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound that crazy. Everybody has their processes and everybody does things differently. Sometimes inspiration comes at the weirdest of times and then the weirdest of places.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's crazy. It's just the way that you do things.
Yeah, and then I like when I'll start freestyling. Mm-hmm. And then but when I say freestyling is I might have the first line, but then I freestyle the flow without the words, like nah.
Yeah.
And then I'll do that, and with that melody, I'll record it in the voice note, and I know that this verse, the flow is na 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 na, and then I'll find words for it. It sounds complicated, but it's so like. Yeah, it's effortless.
It's natural for you. What's the most obscure or weirdest thing that has inspired you?
What? It was the movie, The Avengers.
Okay.
Yeah. I really watched The Avengers for the first time last year, actually. Like, I think it was before lockdown or just around lockdown. Yeah.
Late. Okay.
Very late. So we binged on everything.
Okay.
And I really loved Tony Stark.
Right.
And I said, after like the final movie, I said, I'm gonna make a song and call it Tony Stark. I didn't know what I was gonna do.
Right.
And then eventually I made the song. It's on the album. It's called Tony Stark. So that was like weird. It's like just watching movies.
What was it about the Tony Stark character that resonated with you so much and inspired you to actually make music?
It was the first Tony Stark movie when he was in that cave and he had to build the robot.
Right.
So I felt like I saw that as like, in life sometimes when you have your back against the wall, the only way to really break through is to rebuild yourself.
Right.
And I saw that as like a metaphor of life. Like sometimes when that happens, you have to just become Tony Stark and make things happen, and be that guy. Yeah.
Did you feel that way when you were stepping back into making music?
Yeah, certainly I did. I did feel like I had to break down all these because like really mental barriers that we put up, because like talent is something that is always going to be there.
Right.
But we put all these things that like I can't do this, I can't do that, or, so I had to break all that down to get to a point where I can actually do like a full album again, and I'm happy I did because the music is really amazing.
Yeah, it is really amazing if you do say so yourself.
Yeah,
but even if I do say so as well. During your hiatus and during the breaking down and building up again, what was the greatest lesson that you learned about yourself that you continue to use even now?
It's that under pressure I deliver.
Yeah,
like under pressure I work best under pressure, and even the business I felt to an extent it came out of a position of pressure. I needed to do something and have direction in my life, so that was pressure in itself,
right?
So I think that was the one thing that I've learned about myself. I really work well under pressure. Not that I like pressure,
true,
but it pushes me to excel,
to excel and to achieve a little bit more. So currently, right now, as we sit right at this very second, what is your current favorite of the album
right now?
My
favorite song of the album would be
that one. That one. Which one is that one?
Look, I love I Don't.
Okay.
I love I Don't. It's always going to be my favorite, actually.
Really?
I love I Don't just because of it was not just the song alone, but like what it did to my mind doing that song, that it helped me remember who I am, So that's like the song that it really changed my perspective on things that I'd put in my mind, on barriers I'd put in my mind. So I Don't, and Don't Worry is definitely another one. And I love the Goddess skit as well.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go on about the whole album if I keep going.
And so you get through all of it.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's good. I'm glad that you remembered all of these things because you're going to need them just now. It's getting closer to that thing that I didn't tell Crossword about, but we are going to do it just after 2:30. Oli is on standby. Look, you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's one thing I can promise you. You're going to enjoy it. We're going to test your knowledge, really, of you. We'll see how well you know yourself and know the overnight success story. It's just gone 2:30. Kwali, stop standing in the wings, darling. It is your time. It is your turn. The spotlight is on you. 2:30, quick news update with Kwali Lendovela, and then we're going to get straight back into it with Crossword. It's just gone 25 minutes before we hit 3 o'clock. Let me tell you, we're having a really, really dope time on and off air. We're doing a lot. So much is happening. We're roasting Crossword. We're roasting Mr. Instro. Crossword is worried about what this thing that we're going to do is. I think it's going to be super, super dope. I think you're going to have a whole lot of fun. And I do believe that you're going to walk away saying that this is the best interview you have ever had in your life. I claim it.
It's been dope already.
I receive it.
It's been very dope.
Yay! All right, so let's get into some more of the album, but also the name Crossword. How did we get there? Just simply because I know rappers, you start off with one name, Jiggy, it's another name, Jiggy, it's another one, and then we settle on the one that sticks.
Yeah.
So take us through the evolution of Crossword.
I started rapping when I had my first freestyle when I was in grade 4, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you remember the bars?
It was an oral in class, and
but do you remember?
I don't remember anything. But so I used to go by the name of Chubby T.
Chubby T.
Yeah, you see, I was, so when
that's how it normally starts. Basic, simple, light-skinned Azizzar. Those kinds of vibes. Yes.
And then when I was in grade 10, we used to have ciphers, like a lot of ciphers.
Right.
And I used to be the guy who known for punchlines, right?
Okay.
So one of my friends was like, yo man, your punchlines puzzle me. And then I that thing you said stayed with me. I was like, crossword puzzle. Yeah, I like this one. But let's spell it with a K. And then I spelled crossword with a K, full on.
Okay, but why with a K? Why couldn't?
Because rappers want to be different all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was like, it can't be C, man. Let's just,
put a K in there. Okay.
And then, so there was that, and I then changed it. I think it was last year or the year before.
Right.
To KRSWRD.
Right.
Because even then I felt like I'm coming in like it's like a new me again. So I was like, I still want to keep the name Crossword, but I want to reinvent it somehow. It's like, let's just remove some letters. And I think it's going to be dope for like branding and all those things.
Right.
And yeah. So yeah.
Are we keeping with it, or in a few years are you going to now be KD? We must
might
check.
just be K.
Oh,
nah, it's staying. Crossword is staying. It's staying.
All right. So, as a crossword person, what do you think is the most difficult thing to understand about you as a person?
It is how I come to certain decisions, I think. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not sure. Even me, I don't know. That's how much of a puzzle you are.
Yeah, like, I don't know what's the most... Yeah, I think like how how spontaneous I am, one.
Okay.
And how I come to certain decisions, also being spontaneous decisions.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to go to some of the themes and some of the things that I picked up on the album. Earlier on, you mentioned how, when you initially wanted to get working on it, you weren't sure that you were ready to tackle some of the things that you were speaking about there, and to really open yourself up. And through all the listens that I've had, it is very, very personal.
Yeah.
And if you're really, really paying attention, you'll pick up on those things, because there are some things that you don't say outright, but you can pick them up. So what happened when you decided to leave school? What did mom say? And how did she take it?
Yeah, my mom is a teacher.
Oof.
Right. And
that's even worse than trying to explain that kind of decision.
Yeah, both my parents are teachers, actually. So they were not feeling that decision at all. But look, man, I was young. I just got my first deal. I thought, I'm out of here. I'm gone, bro. So I was like, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry, I'll buy you the Benzo. So yeah, she wasn't happy. She always wanted me to go get a degree, and especially in 2011, hip hop wasn't making money. Music wasn't making money. So my parents always thought like, this is just like a phase. This is like
it's a hobby type thing.
Like,
yeah.
So they're like, what happens then if nothing happens? You don't become anything out of this. So I just had to convince them that, look, I'll make it work. I'll make it work. If I'm a man, I'll take the blame if things go left. And fortunately I found a way to make it work, even though it's not through how I started,
right?
But I found a way to make it work. Yeah.
How's the relationship now?
With moms?
Now that you've kind of gotten it together, and because I think that a lot of the times those kinds of feelings that they have towards these things that we want to do that they don't understand, that are not according to convention, I think it comes from fear.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
Yeah.
So now that she sees that you're standing up and you're able to support yourself and your family, how is your relationship now? Yeah,
we good. It's just like, the thing is with parents, you'll always be the little child,
right?
Like, doesn't matter how successful you become, you can move into this big crib, you can you still be like, they'll still look at you like, you know what I mean? So we're good, but I guess to her, she still has worries about, like, because she doesn't understand also the route I've taken, the business route.
Right.
She's the teacher. She knows that you go get a qualification, you go get a job, you get paid, you get your pension. That's that.
Right.
She doesn't know like the grind, which I guess my dad understands better. But yeah, I guess we're good.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. On that then, on the flip side, tell me about being a dad.
Yo, I'm excited. I'm about to be a pops. I'm so excited. It's a part of my life I've been looking forward to for a while. This child has been coming in my dreams for a while.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm excited to meet her.
Girl dad.
Yeah, girl dad.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. So I'm very excited. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
I'm just counting down the weeks.
Oof.
So it's very exciting, man. Like,
yeah.
I really can't wait. Sometimes like I look at my phone like, we actually made a human, but I like We made a human.
A whole
and then this
person?
morning, I looked at. I'm like, look at how many weeks we have this app that tracks. Like,
dope.
Like, look how many weeks are left. I can't believe it.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Congratulations, and I wish you all of the best. What kind of girl dad do you think you're going to be? The typical girl dad, overprotective, overbearing, or do you think you're going to be a little bit more laid back, kind of like a best friend?
I want to have a balance, but knowing myself, I lean more towards very protective. I'm very protective, and my wife thinks I'm paranoid because, like, not paranoid isn't like crazy paranoid, but
Right.
like I want to be aware of everything. Like if I'm driving,
Yes.
I'll know how long the car's been behind me. Like I'm very careful of like.
Wow.
So now imagine me as a dad, a girl dad. Eish, it's gonna be a
Yeah,
problem.
can I just ask that you work on yourself
Eish.
in these next few weeks?
Eish.
Just gore abele chance ngwana modimo,
Eish,
please.
eish, eish, eish,
You know,
eish, eish, eish.
because what you don't want to do is run the risk of alienating her.
Yeah,
You know
of
what I
course,
mean?
Of course. That's like one of the things that the thing is about being self-conscious. You know your flaws,
Right.
and also you know what's wrong about you. You also know how to fix it.
Right.
But obviously it doesn't happen overnight. So I also know what I don't want to do based on how I grew up. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things I've been thinking about and things I want to improve on and things I want to do. So don't worry about it. She's gonna have a great time. Like my nieces, one is a reference. I can use that
Right.
to some extent. I'm probably the favorite uncle. No, I am the favorite uncle. Trust me. You know.
But it's very different being an aunt or an uncle.
It is.
Because one, you can't give the baby back.
Of course.
That's first of all. That's the big thing for me.
Yeah.
And you just move differently because that is your own.
And also this person is with you every single day.
All the
Yeah.
time. And remember, they also say kids don't do what you say, they do what you do. So I think it's also going to change you in the way that you move as well. Are you ready for that change?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've actually started implementing a few things. Like I told Nolene that I don't want our child to have unhealthy habits that we have. So we tried to already get rid of those things. I mean, I'm working out every morning.
Yes,
trying to get get this thing gone, just so she can see also like, okay, cool. People work out. You don't just sit the whole day and watch TV. Little things.
Right.
There's other things that we are doing that we want her to pick up from just watching us. Yeah.
Dope. All right. So before we get into this thing that I've been waiting for quite a while, what was the joint on the album that you're most proud of? It's very different from your favorites. You already told me your favorites, but which one were you most proud of when it came together?
Happy Birthday.
Yes.
That was the one that I was proud of. I feel like when you listen to that song, you can picture the moment. Like,
yes.
So I feel like I really, even the intro was like a video Nolene had sent me. They were singing Happy Birthday to one of our nieces.
Right.
And I knew that audio was gonna fit perfectly on the song. So like everything it's just perfect for me. Like I really captured exactly how I felt.
Right.
I didn't filter anything. I filtered things to an extent, but I really said exactly what I wanted to say. And it's just perfect. Like it's one of those songs that I even let the beat run because I said like I don't have to rap 2 verses or make it a long song.
Yeah.
This is enough. Let it just play on. It's just like, yeah, it's a perfect song for me.
And the most difficult to pin down?
Happy Birthday.
As well.
Yeah, Happy Birthday. And I would say Family Portrait.
I would have said Family Portrait.
But here's the thing, Family Portrait, I wrote the second verse in studio, like while we were making the beat. So it just flowed out. So it wasn't difficult to pen it, but it was difficult to finally get to that conversation, to finally talk about that thing.
Right.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah, it was a difficult convo to have with myself first. Like, do I really want to put this out? In fact, I played it for my nephew before I put it out. Like, don't put that song out. Don't put that. You don't need that drama. Don't put that song out.
Gilly 2000.
Easy? No. It's not. Almost,
ne?
It's born in 96. It's not 2000.
But it's close. It's close. Oh, sorry. Kiasupiwa by 90 something also.
So that's a topic that I had that concept for a while. Like I knew I wanted to write about this, and I knew I had to do it so that I can get through how it affects me.
The healing.
So yeah, so it was difficult from that perspective. But writing it was so easy because it was so real. Like
I feel you.
I'm literally telling everything how it happened. You know, it's not like I had to think like, "Kana, what happened?" No. It literally just, this is the story. This is how it happened. You know, so it was easy to write it, but it was difficult to write it.
It was a difficult conversation to have, as you say. All right, there's 13 minutes to go before we hit 3 o'clock. Okay. Now I get to brief you. Mr. Instro. Okay, so I'm quite proud of myself, patting myself on the back, because I sat there and I was like, I cannot have Crossword come in and just have a normal basic interview. So you and I are going to do a crossword puzzle together. And it's based on the overnight success story.
This is gonna be fun.
And I did it like that because I was saying to the team, I was like, he knows the work because he created it. So it's not unfair. I know the work because I engaged with it. Right. So what's gonna happen is, while we're playing sing along, we're gonna do this crossword puzzle. And the idea is to see who finishes it quickest and gets it correct.
Can I ask, do you know who came up with the puzzle?
That's not the point. That's really not the point. You're getting caught up in the wrong things. You're getting caught up in the wrong things. What you need to focus on is how well you know your own things.
Okay, cool. I'm ready.
Right?
I'm ready.
So that's why I asked you which pen you want.
I've got this.
So he's got the red pen. Where's my pen? I've got a black pen. Mr. Instro's going to come through as the ref to see the moderator. Thank you. You see, he's already doing the things. Moderator, adjudicator, what. There is an answer sheet somewhere. I don't have it. And then we're going to see. So the song, Sing Along, is 3 minutes and 27 seconds. I suppose that's how much time we have. But the idea is to see who can finish it correctly first. Honestly, bragging rights are on the line. Water sign to water sign. Is it Scorpios? Is it fish under Pisces?
And you know we're very competitive, right?
Exactly. So who has bragging rights for the week?
Okay.
So that's what we're about to do. If you want to see it happen, we obviously can't do a crossword puzzle on air. We are doing it on our socials. We're going to put that up and we're going to package it nicely for you as well. So we're about to get started. Let me just take out this thing. It's here. Okay. Don't flip it over.
Yeah.
Here's your paper.
Got you.
Okay. I need somebody who's going to be checking both of us. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. While we do that, you can hold on to the sounds of Crossword featuring QD and The Room. The joint is called Sing Along.
If you sing along, baby.
Where are we going? Oh, damn it.
I'm not a talk about a rap a lot. If you sing along, baby, you should feel how I feel. I'm not a talk about a rap a lot. If you sing along, baby, you should feel how I feel. I'm not a talk about a rap a lot. If you sing along, baby, you should feel how I feel. I'm not a talk about a rap a lot. A lot has changed since we met and connected. I was a careless youth, you put a lot in perspective. I used to care about the club, hopping in bad chicks. They let us kicks and dreams of copping a Lexus. Now I'm focused on growing investments. My whole approach now is double the effort. A lot of people see change and opt to reject it. So I lost a few close ones, I had to accept it. But life goes on, that's with or without. And every day I'm with you. In our 30s, we gon' figure this life thing. Maneuver through the sewer, make it out of these pipe dreams. And if I make a fortune from rapping on mics, then I'll get you the Patek Philippe watch with the ice in. And the Benz look like, girl, I got you for life, man. For life. If you sing along, baby, you should feel how I feel. I'm not a talk about a rap a lot. If you sing along, baby, my wife, so you know it's for life. Been a so you know what it's like. Many give up and they hoping I might. You show me love and you told me to fight. Look in your eyes, say this is right.
Oh, guys.
Oh!
You're distracting me.
For my other half of my queen. When I gave up, decided not to follow my dreams. Cause you prayed up. Told me what all you need.
I got it.
Know it comes from the heart. Always remember how we felt. Thinking love. What is the wrong word?
Don't do that. No helping. No helping. Guys, I literally have one more and I'm done.
I'm not a talker about a rap lot.
You guys are close.
30 seconds.
Very close.
Guys, I'm forgetting one song.
I'm not a talker about a rap lot.
Okay, we gotta go in. I'm done. We gotta go.
I'm not a talker about a rap lot.
All right, guys, it's 6 minutes to go. We've just done our crossword puzzle. I feel like I won, but I did not get all of them like I thought I would. Whew! Mr. Instro is here to let us know. The mic is... The mics are all on. Mr. Instro came to check out who did what and to announce who has bragging rights between myself and Crossword for the rest of the week. If you just walked in, it is the element on the rocking real and relevant massive metro, all for the love of hip hop. Mr. Instro was popping.
Can I just say that this was very, very close.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys like really did well.
Okay.
But the winner
Yes.
with only one missing
That's me!
is Azizzar.
Yes!
Next time, brother.
Can you just tell me what that's... Because I know which one I didn't get. Six down. What's the name? What was the correct answer?
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Yes.
Don't worry.
That was the one that I didn't get. Okay, please pass me the papers.
It's super. Can I keep this? Yes.
Yes, you can. Can I just get this quickly just to let people know kind of what happened? So, to answer your earlier question, I put this together. I thought it would be really, really dope. And what I did is I took lyrics from some of the songs on the album, the names of the songs on the album. So what we were looking for in this whole crossword was Dubai Interlude, Tony Stock, which we spoke about earlier on, Sing Along, which we just played, Goddess, Nolene, you featured in the crossword. That's why I asked you the other day who was on these. Yes. Good Enough, also on the album. I Don't, Family Portrait, Money, and Don't Worry. We will put out the videos. We're going to put out a video just now on social media of how it went down right now. But then we're also going to package one that we're going to put out on YouTube and just remind you of what went down. How do you feel about
that was so
the crossword
dope,
challenge?
Yeah, I know it knocked me. It's like, I'm like, what long word is this?
Right.
I would never guess it if she didn't give me that clue.
Well, wait a king. Actually, life partner mo studio. First of all, she's coming at me with rationale and reason right now. On some, but you put it together, so she needed the help. But thank you so much for rocking out with me. Thank you for being such a sport.
Thank you.
And congratulations on a really, really great album.
Thank you very much.
What are your parting words before you step into the chamber? Mr. Instro needs to come back closer because he's going to do the whole thing where you're going to drop us a young something. But before we do that, what is your parting shot? What do you want people to know?
What I want people to know is you can still be who you want to be. Just do it. Just like get over yourself because you're the biggest obstacle. Just do it. That's what I figured out about myself. I can still be whoever I want to be.
Right.
I just need to get over my mind.
Get out of your head, right?
Yeah.
All right, so there are 3 minutes to go before we hit 3 o'clock. I just want to say a big thank you to the entire team. Today was day 1 of the Element in 2021. So you are officially my first guest for the year. First show for the year in the bag. A big shout out to Mr. Instro. Always making sure I sound absolutely incredible and that the show sounds absolutely incredible as well. Shout out to Just Chul, social media manager, the biggest hater on the team. And also you can catch her on the Kickback, also coming back this week on Thursday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Shout out to Tepo Bota, handling the videography and making sure that we look as great as we sound. And a big thank you to everybody who's shown us love on social media today. I am officially saying goodbye right now because rapping is going to happen and I don't think talking should happen after that. So remember, in everything that you do, make sure that you are in your element, and while being in your element, keep it pristine, except for Crossword. He mustn't keep it pristine. He must just step into the chamber. I'm out.